Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great John Shero. He is the founder and CEO of Visionary Wellness and Imaging, and he is an expert in prevention. We'll hear his journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
All right, we have some of the best doctors on the planet right here in the United States, but unfortunately so many of them are tied up in meetings with patients for 5 minutes. They don't really have time to get to the bottom of the problem, so they're writing prescriptions all the time. To talk about wellness today, the great John Shero. He is the founder and CEO of Visionary Wellness and Imaging. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hey, I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me. The great. I don't know. I'm not sure I can live up to that, but I will tell you, I have a passion for prevention. I've got 30 years of healthcare, the last 10 years running emergency rooms during COVID, and absolutely, there's a better way to do things, and prevention's the right answer.
And you look amazing, and you have this twinkle in your eye like a 22-year-old, and I love that. You found your passion in the early 90s when you first started your company.
I did. I actually am a CPA and a podorthist. Nobody knows what a podorthist is, but it's an orthotist for feet. So it's very preventative. But in 1992, I left public accounting and got into healthcare. And I've been in every part of healthcare. I've been in DME, orthopedics, emergency medicine, pharmacy. You mentioned about drugs.
Yep.
And so I've actually been in every piece of healthcare, which gives me a very broad knowledge. Even was on the Medicare Council for 14 years. So I was an advisor to Medicare for a long period of time.
I love it. Okay, much more with John in a second. We're going to show this overview video.
At Visionary Wellness, the first thing you do is you come in and register, then you go see our nurse practitioner. The nurse practitioner is there to ensure that we're doing the right thing. We want to make sure that we're scanning people that are appropriate. We focus on heart disease, cancer, but this CT picks up a lot of other things as well. So there's other diagnoses that can come out of a preventive CT. So once a nurse practitioner is done, you then go meet with a consultant. And their goal is to sit down with you and then talk about what you learned by visiting with the nurse practitioner and helping you determine what's the best scan for you.
When someone gets a scan, the process that I will go through as I'm analyzing those images and then generating a report with the findings, it starts off very, very simple. I look at all the images on a big diagnostic monitor in my office. I have a search pattern that's established, so I look at every part of the body all the way up and all the way down, and then document those findings as they come. It's either a significant finding or an incidental finding with a recommendation for what needs to be done, if anything, to follow it up. And that report goes to the nurse practitioner here. She will then, having met the patient at the time they came in to get scanned, she will follow up with a phone call. They get the report and they get a discussion and a description of what the findings were. Now, if there's a significant finding, which we have from time to time where we need to make sure that action is taken, she'll also follow up and get me involved if needed to talk to an existing primary care doctor or a specialist to make sure that the finding is conveyed and that the next steps are put into place.
All right, John, you were sharing one of your favorite success stories before the show. Would you share that with the viewer?
We've had many tremendous success stories, but one of the main ones, people come into us, we work off of people who are not sick, right? They don't already have a diagnosis. They don't have those kind of things. And we had one gentleman that came in, absolutely walking, talking, no issues. walked into the building, did a full body scan, carotid, thyroid, ended up, he had an aortic aneurysm and stage 3 lymphoma. If he would have come in 2-3 months later, it would be a whole different story. He was able to immediately get with his primary care physician, get with an oncologist, get with the cardiologist,
Yes.
and get everything working to all good. And he is doing terrific. So it's a great story.
It makes so much sense. And you came on my radar screen because you're a great advertiser on WBAP, and that's my favorite station.
I love those guys. They're fantastic.
They're amazing. This is very affordable, isn't it?
You know, my goal when I came out of the ER world and started in the preventative world is I wanted to make it affordable, but I wanted to keep the quality where it needs to be. So I absolutely focused on how can I be that in between. I don't want to be the low cost provider, and I don't want to make it so expensive that it's untouchable.
Yes.
So it is very affordable. I mean, we do heart scans for $135 with a calcium score. Heart and lung scans for like $385. A full body scan is only $1,250.
That's incredible.
As a West Texas rancher put it to me one time, I spend more than that on my horse every month.
Yes. Let's talk, John, about why so many people put it off. And I'm going to speak as a guy because, guys are tough and, you could have a broken leg and I'll be fine.
Right.
Guys will put this off until their wife drags them in.
That's right. That's right.
And then they discover that they should have seen you 10 years ago.
That's right.
It can sneak up on you. If you have, you mentioned the carotid artery, if that starts to get clogged, that's the widowmaker, isn't it?
It is. And the thing is, what I learned during COVID in the ER world is not all of these serious illnesses give you warnings. One day you don't have cancer, the next day you have it. One day you don't have heart disease, and then you have a heart attack. These are ways to check on that before. And in many, especially men, we don't want to know. Well, it's FedEx. It's going to get here at 10 a.m. It doesn't matter whether you want to know.
Yes.
If you wait until you need to know, now you're too late.
Yes.
So there's really no putting off. I mean, when it comes to your healthcare, this is taking responsibility for your own healthcare. It's being proactive. All of this, whether it's heart disease, and we've had people come in, no symptoms, and have a calcium score of 2,500, which is outrageous. You want to have calcium at 0. These are the things that you may not know, but do you really want to wait for a heart attack tonight?
Right.
When you can actually just come get a scan and find out and do something about it while you're not sick?
And a family doctor is not going to know this.
No. There's your blood tests and everything else. Listen, you don't want to replace your PCP with your annual physical. You want to keep doing those things, but augmenting that with a preventative scan is it's a visual confirmation of what we have that are a lot of other things that are just markers.
Yes.
Blood work's a marker. Other examinations are markers. Even some of these tests that you can get, the predictors, those are markers.
Yes.
It's hard to beat Dr. Markham looking inside of you. I'm just saying.
Well, and since we mentioned him in the video, give you a chance to brag about Dr. Markham and the team that you've assembled.
Dr. Markham is awesome. He is, I like to use the slang word, wicked smart. And radiologists are wicked smart. They have to know everything in your body. They have to know how it functions. They have to know how it interrelates with each other. And this machine is a multidimensional X-ray. That's what a CT is. So it's actually taking all of your internal organs and it's taking a picture in slices, very thin slices. Yeah. Our machine is a GE128, so it's 128 slices. When you go in an emergency room or other places, those are usually 16 slice machines. This is 128. So if you took that loaf of bread and said, I want 128 slices, he's reading every one of those slices.
Wow.
So you can pick up a cancer as small as a pea. I mean, it could be very, very small. And Dr. Markham is a preventative radiologist. He is not just a radiologist. So there's a difference between a radiologist that can look at a scan and look at an image and say, I'm looking for a stone in a kidney, right? Dr. Markham's trying to find Waldo through your whole body.
Yes.
And he's very good at it. And he finds things that, another story I can't help but tell.
Yeah.
We had a lady came in, she was in her late 30s, didn't even tell us. She had previously, she didn't tell us this, but she'd previously been to doctors and told them, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And they kept saying, we can't find anything, we can't find anything. She came in for a preventative, got a full body scan. Dr. Markham actually called me at like 9:30 at night and said, you need to call this lady and tell her to go see a pulmonologist right away.
Wow.
And so I called her the next morning. He already had the read done. We put everything down on a disc. She took it to the doctor. He had found through scar tissue a rare immune deficiency in her lungs that could be stopped, but could not be reversed, but could be stopped. Again, saved her life.
Wow.
Because eventually her lungs would have continued to build scar tissue and she would have ended up, in a very serious situation.
Sure.
So,
well, and we were mentioning before the show, we're both fans of the late great Kid Craddock,
absolutely,
who passed when he was like 52. And the reports came out later that he had full blockages.
Right.
So had he only just gone in for a scan, they would have gotten him some treatment.
Everybody should know their calcium score. I can ask you your blood pressure. You probably have a pretty good idea of what that is.
Yes.
I'm a 33 calcium score. It's great to know. You know what? And I'll know again this year because I'm also a customer myself. Every year I get my calcium score. I know where I sit. And it helps me make decisions with my doctor. So what I do is every year I do a full body scan. I get my calcium score. I look at my lungs. Post-COVID, I have some unusual cysts. I ran ERs during COVID. I've had COVID 4 times. So I get my scan, get my report, and then I go to my doctor, do my blood work, do my annual physical, and we have a discussion together. I come prepared for my discussion. So when we start talking about medications, I told you I ran pharmacies.
Yeah.
I believe medications are for treatment, not prevention. That's me. I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to tell everybody I'm the smartest guy in the room. But I do know from running pharmacies, if people knew how many medications we have to treat the side effects of medications, pretty soon you're on 5-6 medications.
Yes.
Well, with a scan, with a full body scan, and knowing your calcium score, knowing what's going on, I make decisions with my physician, who's a concierge physician, to go, maybe I'm not going to take that medication. Maybe I'm going to go more the natural route.
Yes.
Because I may have high cholesterol, but I don't have calcium buildup and I don't have calcification.
Sure.
Maybe I'm going to go more, eat wheat.
Right. And we all know people who they're taking a cocktail of prescription drugs every single day, and maybe even their doctor doesn't know how these pills interact.
Yeah, and I think, let's face it, COVID did something for all of us. It woke us up. It woke us up to a system that's like, we can have something to do in our healthcare. We can have something to say about our healthcare, and we should be more involved in our healthcare. And physicians shouldn't take offense to that. They should absolutely embrace that people want to be more educated and understand more of what's going on with the way that they're treated. For sure.
Hey, John, we've got about a minute left, so look into that camera on the left and talk to that guy or gal who's been putting this off and give them some words of encouragement.
It's a great opportunity to be preventive, be on the front end of this, and take control of your health care. You absolutely have no reason not to do it. It is quick, it's easy, it's not an MRI, it's a CT. The scan itself is like 5 minutes. A total visit to Visionary that looks more like a spa than a healthcare facility is less than an hour. And you can get a complete full scan and go to your doctor then and go educate it and know your health care.
Wow, I love it. Thank you so much for your mission and ministry and saving lives every single day with your clinic there in Irving. We're going to end with the website, which is visionarywellnessimaging.com. The great John Shero. Thanks for coming on the show.
Great. Thanks. Appreciate you, sir. Thanks.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.